Parents who choose not to vaccinate their children are under attack.
We've had people that say they wish that our children died.
They're hiding their decision from other parents who fear outbreaks of disease.
It's just hard that adults can be so mean to children.
We hear from doctors who say it's time to stop arguing about it.
We're really coming up to a point of crisis.
Why some doctors say no more. The research they believe ends the vaccine debate for good. Thursday on WBTV News at 6.
You used to vaccinate as a family doctor, but you don't do that anymore.
No. I vaccinated. I graduated and, like every other physician, did what was recommended. But as they started adding on more vaccines, I started to question that. In addition, I questioned a lot of things about medicine and started to learn more about nutrition, about biochemistry and molecular biology and why things happen. And that led me into understanding more about the risks of vaccinations. And so I changed the way I practiced.
So I'm going to ask you, as a family doctor, do you believe there are any safe vaccines on the market today that have been given to the people?
No, I do not. I do not. I do not want my grandchildren to get any vaccines. I really try to educate. When people ask me, I try to educate them on. And I'm pretty passionate about it. I put it on Facebook and annoy people all the time, I know, but I think it's one of the most important things we need to talk about in our society today. It's very, very important. So we really need to wake up and start doing something and speaking up. And mandating vaccines is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous precedent. And we have the right to say no. And we need to say no. As I got into practice, I noticed that people were sicker than they were even 10 years ago. Finally, I had 4 children, and my youngest child, after her first vaccination at 2 months, screamed the whole way home. I mean, screamed abnormally. And my mother's instinct just said, I'm not going to give her another vaccine, and I didn't. I always question things. I think people have the right to question their doctors about everything.
As a family doctor, if you don't vaccinate, you're missing out on a lot of money.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. I'm not in medicine for the money. I'm in medicine to help people. I quit doing it about the year 2004. I did have one patient who had twin daughters, and I didn't do the vaccines, but her history was they both got cerebral palsy after their MMR shots. Twin daughters. They were fine. So, I started to question when I met her. But I didn't see, I saw a lot of babies screaming, I would get that phone call, but I didn't see any specific adverse events myself other than that. Later in my practice, when I started to focus more on nutrition and detoxification, that's when I started to see the sick kids coming in with their parents. When I had more answers for what they could do about it, ways to detox from vaccines and help their gut and help their immune system, then I saw a lot more.
And so you were talking about the Gardasil vaccine, which is, as Dale correctly said, one of our top, most danger, if not the top, the DTaP, I'm afraid, possibly trumps it right now. But what do you think of the Gardasil vaccine?
I think it's terrible. First of all, it's not indicated at all. Second of all, I think it's a very dangerous vaccine. There are things in the vaccine besides what they tell you about that are causing harm to our children.